Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we will begin. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Can't believe that the month is already halfway over. Let's say hello to everybody. There I am. Cheese Gray Trader, good morning. Jody, John, Arnulfo, Ivano, Krish, John, Devin, Sassy Trainer, Stacy, Steve, Robert, Jill. Good morning, everybody. Rihanna, Mark, JB, Richard. Good morning, Richard from Fuente Gorde. C. Fazio, Krish, Mike, Dave, James, Gregory, Lydia, Anukumar, David, Robert, Shamens, Ray, Richard, Harry, Sergey, Mitch, Manuel. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. Julio. Peanuts. Good morning. Good morning, Peanuts. Good to see you. Javad, Ruth, Greg, Whitco, Warren, Bugs, Deanna, Scampy, David, Stephen, Hopium, Carlos. Good morning. Hola to you too, Steve. Rachel, Moondog, Flying Ronan, Harold, Scotty, Ernest, Matt, Ringo, Ellen, Rod, William. Good morning, William. Genevieve, Kevin, Kirk, War Dog, Naples fan, Eduardo, Richard. Good morning, Richard. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Where are we? Got a lot of people here. That's where we're at. We got, wow, a lot of people here today. I don't want to miss anybody. There we go. We got Rick, Timothy, Wade, Raj, Charlie, Don, Spider Monkey, Frank, Al, Rock, Nestor, Soler, Pete, Art, Yuri, Martin, Don, Dave, Omar. Good morning, Nestor, Just Jen, Victor, Henry, William, Eagle Beagle, Steve, Ralph, Bob, Sherman, Expedition. Hello, Expedition. Cam. Good morning, Cam. Stan, John, CJ, Jay, Glenn, Gregory, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Good morning. Good to see you. Send me that link that you were going to send me last week so I can join, okay? Please. So I could do it this week. Last week was really hectic. Jeff, good morning. Jesse, Illinois grain farmer. Bernadette, excuse me. Bernadette, Edward, Linda, Junior. Hey, Junior. Doris, Roddy. Good morning, Roddy. Coach Ruben is here from Almond Beach, Florida. Mark, Chad, Ali. Good morning, Ali. Good to see you. Dallas, Lori, Ira. Hey, Ira. Dragon Don is here. Kevin, Jay Blazer, Thomas. Next Gen, Karen the Shark. Brownmus is here. Finally, consistency. That's great. Great. That makes me happy. Next Gen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and happy Monday. It's actually a full week this week. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. First things first, if you're just coming in here right now, please make sure you're watching at 1080p. Okay? 1080p. Don't settle for auto. It'll downgrade you. I'm telling you, this thing is sneaky. It doesn't want you to use a lot of bandwidth, especially if you're wireless. Make sure you're at 1080. Okay? Please make sure you're at 1080. You'll be able to watch everything much clearer. Marlon, Randy, Bill, RP, good morning to you all. Good morning. And if I miss somebody, I apologize. There's over 350 people saying hello. Ron, good morning to you too. And also, if you guys don't mind, if you feel that I'm helpful to you and giving you 100% or maybe 90%, Clyde's always a little tired, give us a thumbs up one time. All right, just one time. Thank you, and I do appreciate it. Now, let me throw some links at you. Today will be the last day Kate and I are going to get together. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here's the link. We have a lot of people who don't tune in during the weekend, which is fine. I don't blame you. But here's the link for that. So here's the link for the webinar we'll be doing. It's going to be in the VIP room today. And do you guys remember on Friday, Kane and I went through levels? Well, I want to do the same thing with him today, but with options. I want to see how well his system picks options. So you guys are going to pick stocks, and I'll pick strike price and expiration dates for his picks. How about for our picks? So you guys will give me the stocks. I'll pick the best option, assuming I like the stock. If not, we'll go on to the next stock. And then I'll pick the strike price and expiration date. And Kane will give us his expiration date the machine has, and we'll see if we're how close the machine is to somebody who's been doing this for 31 years. Yes, thank you, Eagle Beagle. That's definitely on my catalyst list for today. Thank you for that. I do appreciate that. So that is the link. Here's the link for that. Don't forget, VIP room at noon. Also, here is the link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Who are you going to call? The Cam and Gustavo show. There they are. Indicator, don't know how to install it? Cam and Gustavo show. Your arrow doesn't show up. Your line isn't there. Your indicator isn't there. Who are you going to call? You're not going to call Sal. You're going to call Cam and Gustavo. That's who you're going to call. They know their stuff. Something doesn't look right compared to my screen. Cam and Gustavo. Don't come to Uncle Roger. If I have a problem, I'm going to go to Cam and Gustavo, okay? Please talk into the microphone. Okay. I think most people can hear me okay. This mic is not designed to be spoken into. This mic is actually designed to be spoken like this. The one I have at work is designed that way, Sita. That's a dynamic mic. This is a regular mic. So this mic can actually pick up whether I talk into the mic or not. One of the reasons why I use it at home. But I'll try to do it anyway. You guys could hear me okay, right? Do I need to turn myself up, or you guys could hear me okay? I'm assuming everybody could hear me okay. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. Good morning, Peter. Okay, great. Perfect. Good. All right, so you guys have the links. Let's get started. What are the small caps for today? Survey says, does anybody know what the small caps are for today? Let me give them to you. ATCH. Only if this baby goes above $1. Above $1. Okay? Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this is a real loud mic. But anyway, ATCH, glue, baby, glue. Above, I have it as 850, but it ran up on me some more. So actually 925. How about 925? I have it as 850, but it ran up a little more between now. And then the best one, EVTV, I think. No, the best one was, I think, glue. Right here at 925. So again, glue at 920, 925. ATCH above $1. And EVTV above 925. William says check. Okay, I'll check. Check doesn't look bad. Check looks good. Yeah, we can add check to our list, William. Above 450. All right, we'll do that. I like it. I like where it's moving, and I like the volume. Check above 445. How about that? All right. Thank you, William. That was a good one. Good one. I like that one. That was a good one. Okay. It's got good volume. It's buzzing today. William is learning. All right. So you have the small caps, and thank you, Martin, for posting them up there. Okay. I appreciate it. If you guys don't have them, just reach out and we'll post them again. Solaire says HSDT. No, not enough volume. No. I want crazy amount of volume, okay? Crazy amount of volume. Jacques, I hope you're doing well. Fed calendar. Gee, let's see. What do we have for data this week? Well, how about retail sales? That's going to be huge. Retail sales this week is huge because tariffs. industrial production, housing starts, and FOMC. I don't think this is going to have nearly as much impact as folks believe because the odds of them lowering rate is priced in at 100% right now. So I don't think this. I don't think this is going to have any impact. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact. He may have a couple of statements to say. Then we got jobless claim. We'll see if it's again in the high 200,000s or if it's not. That'll be interesting because, as I told you before, it goes up and then it just comes down. But we'll see. But the big reports is going to be this is going to be the biggest report of the week: retail sale, then industrial production, then followed by housing starts, and then the Fed announcement. Again, what he says during the press conference is going to be 10 times more important than the announcement. I want to see if his dot plot summary has gotten changed. Yeah, it's way baked in. Way baked in. Way baked in. Martin did. Martin just posted it a little while ago. Just scroll up a little bit. Okay. Yes, his comments, big time. Big time, his comments. So I'm not going to get into the second part of the week because we've got this week to overcome. Bond market. Well, remember I told you this is really crucial right now. And I really mean this. This is crucial right now. We got to see if the bond market can stay up in this area or start falling back down. I think the majority of the upside is priced in for now. We would need another major catalyst to go higher. And as of right now, I'm not seeing it. I want to see us trading above 90 and a half. I'm not seeing it. So I'm thinking we're going to come back down. We're going to fill this gap right down up to right here, up to the 15-day EMA, somewhere right in this ballpark, and then we'll go higher, which would mean that the stock market would need to cool off a bit because look at the stock market move. Look at the move in the stock market. Do you see the move in the stock market? And look at the move in the bond market. See that? They're related. You guys understand that, right? They're related. And if the stock market, if the bond market gives in, this is going to start coming down. Now, does that mean that we're going to have a crash? No. And I'll get into this a little later in the discussion, but I'm just letting you know that there's a strong correlation between stocks and bonds. Okay, especially in a deflationary market, and we're starting to get into a deflationary market. Okay, really, really important. Really, really important. Okay, let me just delete this line here. Also, this Friday, thank you for reminding me, we have to change the VWAP. Not this Friday, Saturday. After this Friday, we have quadruple witching. There's going to be a lot of volatility on Friday. We have commodities, stocks, indexes, and futures all expiring on their option. We're going to have to change our VWAP level, the quarterly VWAP level, okay? Just giving you heads up. Thank you for sending me an email this weekend. I appreciate it. A lot of you send me an email this weekend. I truly appreciate it. Let me, we have about twice as many people in here now. Let me give you some more links. This is the VIP room today. Kane and I will be live, and I'll be giving you red meat on options that you guys select and comparing it to his machine. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Comparing it to the GEX terminal. And here's the link for customer service live. Don't miss it out, folks. It'll be a real fun day in the VIP room today. Hey, Carlos, good to see you here. Good to see you here. Thank you, Bob. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. I got some cat hair on my nose. So U.S. Bond market, I'm skeptical that we're going to go higher. If we're going to go higher, we have to take out this like 2-day, or we're going to start coming down. I'm leaning 65, 70% towards the analysis that I just gave you a few minutes ago. Okay. US dollar. What's the US dollar doing? Notice how it's leaking a little bit. It's coming down to this area. It's not bouncing back up here. Remember what I said I wanted to see last week? I wanted to see it start bouncing up here. It's not. It's bouncing down here. This is telling us that there's less of a doubt that the tariff situation is going to work out. We're not really going to know anything till the first week of November, which is over a month from now. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing right here. The more this goes down, the less certainty we have with tariffs. And folks, please don't get me all worked up over politics. This isn't. I don't really honestly. I'm so over the tariff things. I can't even begin to tell you. But keep an eye on the U.S. dollar to see whether we're coming back up here or we're going to be falling down. If we fall down, that means there's increased uncertainty over tariffs. Okay. And again, folks, please, please, please don't make this into political. This is just price action. I'm just interpreting the tea leaves. I have no idea what's going on there, but if we have stability with tariffs, the U.S. dollar would bolt higher because you would have a lot more clarity, and the U.S. dollar would be worth more because we would have more money coming into the country. But as of right now, we're kind of sitting here, and if we break down here, that's going to take a little bite out of our economy. Now, just so you guys know that the economy and the stock market are not one and the same. And there are a lot of sectors that do really well when the US dollar is in the dumpster. So the US dollar being in the dumpster does not directly relate to US economy taking a dump. Now, the bond market does. The bond market is very much related because that's interest rates. But the US dollar is tricky because it could be bad for exports, but it could be good for imports. And remember, we have a global economy. So just because the US dollar is coming off doesn't mean that Trump is losing, that the stock market's going down. It just means that our economy is getting worse. It doesn't mean that the stock market is getting worse. They're two different things, folks. They're two different things. I want you guys to make sure you understand that. Let's see here. Thank you, Junior. We'll have just as much fun today. We'll have just as much fun today, except we're not going to talk about strike price. We're not going to talk about strike levels. We're going to talk about options. Because remember, Keynes GEX also does options and strike prices. Don't you think I want to know how well it compares strikes and expirations compared to me? I want to know. Shoot. I want to know. So I'm not loving this. I'm not hating this, but I'm not loving this. Okay. And again, we could be just coming up to this level right here. I could always move this lower. I don't want to do that yet unless we have another level that comes down here and then comes back up. If it does, then I'll bring this lower. But as of right now, this is a leak. We need one more touch to make this into a non-bleeding thing. And don't look at volume here because we're looking at this. We're looking at nearby. I keep forgetting to post this. It's the futures, okay? All right. Crude oil. Crude oil, nothing. Sleeping, doing nothing. Gold. Gold is doing nothing, but I'll tell you this. Gold is holding on here pretty well. And if gold continues holding on this level, it will erase the overbought. It'll erase this momentum upside move because it's consolidating here. So see how it's coming back to the 8-day EMA? So we may not get a pullback, as strong of a pullback as I believe, especially if the US dollar stays in this area, okay? And if the bond market starts to really fluctuate. So we got to keep an eye on the gold market right now. Again, I don't recommend buying gold right now. I would wait. I would like to see a pullback to see how strong this is compared. And I want to see what this does when the SPY cools off a little bit, because the SPY has not, and we'll talk about it. Would you be able to compare, contrast the GEX terminal with AZP? TP, the GEX terminal and AZP have about as much in common as a toilet seat and a desk. You can't TP. They're it's like comparing an apple and a steak. They have no relationship to one another. GEX is not a day. Okay, so let's just take this apart real quick. It's a good question. It's a fair question. It's not a good question. It's a fair question. GEX, do we day trade with GEX? No. What do we do with AZP? We day trade with it. What kind of levels does AZP give you? Intraday levels on the SPY. What kind of levels does GEX give you? Daily levels on QQQ on stocks. Now, what you can do, GEX, you can use GEX with the Pro Trader dashboard. There I could see how that could work together for levels like profit targets, stops, comparing it with the opening range breakout levels. You could do that, but you can't use it with AZP. It's completely and utterly different. It's like comparing steak and sushi. They go together, but they don't. You can't compare them. They're not comparable in any way. You should know that they're not comparable in any way, shape, or form. One is a day trading tool, and one is a swing trading tool. They're completely different, separate, and they have no relationship to each other. Okay? Hopefully, I explained that to you. Capiche, TP? No relationship to each other. Completely opposite. One is a prom dance and one is a wedding. Okay? All right. So you have my analysis on gold. China's still holding up pretty good. Look at this, going higher. This is China FXI. This is the large caps. They're looking pretty good. Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it wants to break out, but it's not sure. Now, here's the thing with Bitcoin. This is the futures contract. This will impact all of the crypto stocks. See this level where we're at right now? See it kind of wants to break out. Keep an eye on this level right here, the 118, 137 on Bitcoin. Okay. No problem, TP. I'm just being honest with you. Pro Trader dashboard, we can do some comparisons, but for like profit targets, that would be fun. But ACP is a day trading tool. It's a specific day trading tool. Okay, see this level right here? This 118, 143, that's your buy zone right here. When we start breaking above this level, you have another buy, you have another shot at a run up on Bitcoin. But we got to get above this level, folks. We got to get above the 118, 200 something level. It's about 118, 200, somewhere around there. Somewhere right around here, 118, 200. Okay? Just so you know. So we're almost there, but we're not there. But you got me to update you every single day. Okay. It's time for our catalysts. What are our catalysts? Folks, let's not get it wrong. Let's not make a mistake. Let's not be lazy and talk about things that came out on Friday. Let's not talk about things that are coming out tomorrow. Let's talk about what are the catalysts right now. Can anybody tell me? Hey, Patrick, good to see you here. Good to see you. Let me give you my email while I'm waiting for answers. Roger@rogerscott.com and Kane is Kane@investpub.com. All right. Ivano comes in. John and Ivano come in hot and heavy. NVIDIA. Okay. SMH. Okay. Retail. I don't have anything for retail. Tesla, I got that. I got Tesla. I got NVIDIA. UNP, which is builder, and UNP, which is industrial. John, you got everything except. Actually, you got everything, John. John's got everything I got except for the. Let's see. Does he have the Fed? You don't have the Fed. You got manufacturing, Ivano. Ivano, where did you get retail from? That's what I want to know. I see. Sometimes I miss stuff too. I have industrial, mega cap, chips, and Fed. Where do you get retail from? I'm just curious. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. No, bond auction. It's got to be at least five. It's got to be at least a 10-year auction. I told you that, or maybe even a 5-year. But nothing. Come on, guys. Where does the retail come from? Yeah, I got Tesla. Where does the retail come from? No, I got Builder. I got Builder in there. He has Builder and I have Builder too. Builder and UNP. Look what John Short wrote. Builder, UNP, and I wrote both of them and I said, you're absolutely right. I do have it. I do have Builder. And he did say industrial and UN and UNP are the same. So if you said industrial, you guys have Builder. And I do have Builder right here. Right there. You could see Builder right there. Here. I don't know if you could see this or not. Right there. Right there, Builder. So I have chips, NVIDIA, Mags, Tesla, Industrial, Builder, and UNP, and Fed. That's mine. Retail is tomorrow. Folks, stop telling me things that are coming out today. And I do have Builder. I did not miss Builder. As a matter of fact, I highlighted it right here. Didn't miss that one. Did not miss it. I got it. Mags, chips, industrial. These are both industrial. And right here, Empire State Survey. Survey says right there. Folks, retail sales is tomorrow. The market has a chance to trade ahead of it. So maybe you can tell me that this is the catalyst tomorrow. Look, I don't know why, but a lot of people have a problem understanding this. So I'm going to try to explain it again. Maybe it's the way I'm explaining it to you. Ask yourself, how many times does the market have a chance to trade before the news that you're posting for me have to trade? If the answer is two, then it can't be a catalyst. The answer has to be one. Ask yourself, how many times will the market trade before the news that I'm posting for Roger trades? If the answer is two, you're wrong. The answer has to be one. How many times does market have to trade before retail sales comes out? Has it traded today yet? No. That means it has to trade today. Right? Today. This news comes out tomorrow and then the market trade. So this will trade before this comes out. So how can this be a catalyst for this if this doesn't come out till tomorrow? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? This is going to take into account everything that's known. This is not known till tomorrow. So unless you have a way of predicting the future, this will never be a catalyst for today. It has to be a catalyst for something that's not known cannot be a catalyst. There. Does that make sense? If we're not going to find out about it and then the market's going to trade right afterwards, it's not a catalyst. You see, the market has a chance to trade before this comes out. It can't be a catalyst. Understand? You guys need to understand this because you keep making the same mistake. I don't want to know what tomorrow's catalysts are. I want to know what today's catalysts are. And unless you have a time machine and you can predict the future, nobody knows what this report will be. Tomorrow, we will know what this report will be, and the market will then trade based on it, hence making it a catalyst for tomorrow's session. This cannot be a catalyst for today's session. What I'm asking you, what's a catalyst? What I'm asking you is, what's a catalyst for today's market session? What is the market going to price in today? How can the market price something in that we don't know yet? And we're not going to find out till tomorrow. The market is not a time machine. Try to understand that when you give me catalysts. You guys you guys do this all the time. Okay? Just want to make sure you guys understand this. Okay. All right, let's continue. And I don't mean to be, I don't mean to be tough on you, but I want you guys to understand how to understand catalysts. Because some of you are going to be going, okay, where's the retail sales priced into today's market? Where I see the market moving, where's retail sales in that? I'm going to be looking at retail stocks, and you're going to be wasting your time because retail is not a catalyst till tomorrow. Today, you should be looking at industrial stocks. You should be looking at mega caps. And I have a lot to say about mega caps today, by the way. Speaking of which, hold on, let me just see something here. Yeah. Okay. Pointing to a slightly higher opening on Wall Street, optimism ahead of widely expected interest rate cut, which is way priced into the market. Yes, looking at the sector, industrial, XLI, Raymond, XLI and MAGs. That's what you should be looking at. SMH, XLI, and MAG. Here, I'm going to write it for you, Raymond. Right. This is based on the catalyst, this is what you should be paying attention to today. Boom. That's it. Period. And the bond market. XRT is not part of that equation. Okay. Futures on the Nasdaq's underperformed as NVIDIA fell 2%. Now, yes, this is going to impact chip stocks. It is going to impact mega caps today. And if you think it's not, well, I got a bridge to sell you. NVIDIA's down 1.4% right now. MAGs are actually up right now. And I'm going to have a lot to say about that today. ANET, we're going to be focusing this week on retail sales report. Not today. Not today. It's not coming out today before the market closes, so the market can't react to it. Market can't react to something it doesn't know. Okay, write this down in your notepad. The market cannot react to something that it does not know. Can you please write that down? The market cannot react to something that it does not know. Okay. We're looking for a market reaction. The market cannot react to something that it does not know. Okay. Okay. A&ET, one of my darlings, slumped over 8%, top loser. Their projections failed to impress investors. That's a real big bearish catalyst right there. Shares of the vaccine companies are down because Moderna and BNTX slid. They're going to try to prove that it killed 25 children, which is god awful. I hope that's wrong. RH, remember we talked about this Friday, even though it was a mid-cap stock, I said it was important because it's a retailer. Over 4% home furnishings, that really drove into the market. They're telling you what drove the market on Friday. And if you'll notice, our catalysts from Friday are here. Okay, folks, this is something you should really pay attention to. Next time you hear somebody saying how well our economy is doing, consumer sentiment fell to a 4-month low on Friday. No, folks do not think this market is doing great. If they did, the consumer sentiment would not fall to a 4-month low. And by the way, CPI last week was worse than a year ago. So inflation is up from a year ago, and consumer sentiment is at a 4-month low. So if you keep believing the nonsense you hear on TV about how great our economy is, I just want you to know the facts that inflation is worse than it was a year ago. The jobless market is in the crapper, and consumer sentiment is at a 4-month low. So anybody who thinks this market is peachy and beautiful and amazing has to have their head re-examined. The 5-year implied inflation expectation rose to 3.9%, higher than 3.4. So where do people think inflation is going to be in 5 years? 3.9, not 3.4. And I don't want to hear any political nonsense from anybody. I really don't. Please save that for somebody else's presentation. Following recent data painting a picture of a slower labor market, U.S. money markets have almost fully priced in follow-up rate cut in October. Do you see that, guys? You were asking about the dot plot summary. The market is already priced in a rate cut in September, and it's pricing in a rate cut in October. So if the Fed says we're going to have two drops this year, that's priced into the market. And follow in October and December. Excuse me, I forgot about December. So they're have almost fully priced in, which means this report, unless it tells us that we're only going to have one rate cut this year, this is pricing in the worst case scenario already. I'm just letting you know, it's pricing it in. And he's not going to be as bullish. He can't be because of the CPI. He's a data guy. He's not going to be bullish tomorrow. Markets are closely watching. Yes, the dot plot summary. This is what I was talking about. That's what happens that's the press conference tomorrow, okay? I'm just trying to connect the dots for you guys. All right. Markets will be watching it despite inflation running above their target. Yes, quite a bit above their target. Non-farm payroll figures revising the data to 911,000 fewer jobs. Woo. They're gonna be lowering rates. The retail sales report for August will be the main highlight because, as I told you, the FOMC is pricing in rates already. It'll provide insight into the state of consumer spending, retail sales tomorrow, very important, and industrial production too. But this is going to take the cake right here. Okay. We got earnings from FedEx, from Lennar Homes, from General Mills. Just FYI, these are very interest rate sensitive stocks. Zuckerberg's going to be talking all week. Keep an eye on Meta. U.S. Treasury Bissent said the U.S. is nearing a deal with China regarding TikTok. I mean, do they really need to send somebody that high level to do that? They really need to think about this. They need to have Scott Bissent deal with TikTok. They can't find anybody else to deal with TikTok. I mean, really, folks, let's be serious here. I mean, my God. I mean, come on. Do we really need this level of US for TikTok? Investors are going to be focusing today on Empire Manufacturing. I don't think it'll have that big of an impact. I think that tomorrow's retail sales and Fed is going to take the cake. Again, I think when I read this, I was like, why is Scott Bissent dealing with TikTok? I mean, doesn't he have something more important to deal with? I mean, he's a pretty high level guy, right? Europe is up 0.67, starting the week with an upbeat note. Brace for an almost certain rate cut. Defense stocks outperformed amid limited progress in Ukraine. By the way, my wife had her her event yesterday. It went really well. There was, I think, 85, 90 people there. We had a really great brunch. I had to leave early because I had a class with Kane at 1 o'clock. So I stayed till about 12:20, but people stayed till 2 o'clock. It was they had entertainment, music, they had an auction. They had a really fun time. Yes. China closed lower today as investors digested fresh economic data, and China's actually doing pretty good. Look at this. They're doing really good. Japan is closed today. Just so you know, Eagle Beagle, Japan is closed today. No soup from that. Nvidia, Tesla's up 7%. Musk is buying some Tesla. That's going to be a major catalyst for mags. Nvidia fell over 2%. That's going to be a very nasty. I'm going to be watching mags very carefully. It's going to be Tesla versus Nvidia today. One up, one down. Here's what's interesting. Don't get too excited yet. Okay. Don't get too excited. Here, let me see what the bond market's doing. Bond market's going straight up. Look at this. Straight up. Really good for stocks. Let's see what mags are doing. Mags are flat on the 5-minute basis. QQQ going a little down. Dow kind of flat. SMH, that's looking okay. But bonds are going up. This is good for the market. Bonds are going up. This is coming back. See how it's coming back to it's not breaking this level. It's coming back up. That's good. We'll get into all of that in a minute. But here you could see how it's on the 5-minute, how it supported this level. It's supporting this level. And I would be very careful. I would be very, 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 very careful. Very careful with bonds. But this is good. This is good. Then we have Builder First Source and we have Union Pacific. They're both industrial stocks. They will offset each other. Okay. By the way, folks, if you haven't had a chance and if you're enjoying this, if you're getting benefit out of this, if it helps you make money or keeps you out of trouble, please give us a thumbs up one time right here. Oops, see, I gave myself 2 today and I took 1 off. Only if you're getting some benefit out of this. If you're not getting benefit out of it, you don't have to do it. It's your call. Okay, let's talk about the stock market. You may or may not remember, but on Friday, we had a lot of promise to go higher. On Friday, we had 475 stocks making a 1-month high. I made a prediction that this week, I spent a good 10 minutes with you on this, maybe 5-10 minutes on Friday. I told you that this is overextended, and every time we get into the 475, we tend to cool off. Well, let's see how we look today, right? Ding! Boom. You see that? Look, Friday. Here, let me make it bigger so you could see. This is Friday. This is coming into today. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. This is Friday. This is today. This is Friday. This is today. I wonder who would have told you something about that. Let's see. Do you remember we had a big discussion? I went back for about a month. We're back down. What does that mean? Well, take a look. Less than 100. Less than 100. Only 119. 90-day low, 62. We're not in a very directional market right now. But Roger, we're at like a 52-week high. How could it be? I'm telling you, we're not in a directional market right now. You could see it right here. Only 172 stocks versus 475. Okay, not a lot of momentum right now. What's generating upside? Let's see. Well, still looking good. You still have a lot of speculative stuff here, which is great. But consumer discretionary is coming a little lower. That was like up here. So what I'm hoping is that this week, the technology sector and all the technology stuff will stay here. Okay. So far, this is bullish. This is bullish. My only concern is consumer discretionary and retail, which should be up here if interest rates are going lower. And it's not. That's causing trouble. So, and last week, this looked a little better. Like, remember Thursday, coming into Thursday, it was like a picture of health. semiconductor, technology, retail, home builders, QQQ, communication, Bitcoin, Russell. This is beautiful right here. This is perfect. Perfect. That's going into Thursday, but look at it today. Utilities. Utilities are here. Consumer discretionary is coming down. Retail sales is down here. Home builders are down here. Mid caps are down here. Russell 2000. That's interest rate sensitivity. So there is some cracks in the foundation. Okay, there is some cracks in the foundation. Some, but not a lot. And remember, today's Monday, and Monday before a major report, we don't tend to do a lot. I treat Mondays like Fridays. All right, let's get into sectors. Now, folks, this is where you want to pay close attention, okay? Please pay close attention to what I'm about to show you. I know this is going to look like a repeat of last week, and I know it sounds like I'm a broken record, but trust me on this. Look at mega caps right now. I'm not kidding. Look at mega caps right now. Now, look at RSP. Remember RSP pulled one of these last week? And that's what caused the 400 something stocks. That's what I'm showing you a 3-level analysis right now. If you don't pay really close attention, you'll be completely lost. I'm just giving you heads up. So pay close attention. Look at the relationship. Let your mind work. Okay? Look at this. Coming into Friday. See that 475? Coming into Friday, look at RSP. Looks like we're going to break out, right? And what happened? And look at today. So coming into Friday, the smaller stocks started giving us a little love, right? 1 month high, 475. Definitely can't be the Mega 7, right? 475 stocks. Can't be the NASDAQ 100. Has to be a lot of stocks, right? Look at equal weighted SPY on Friday. Look at equal weighted SPY today. Now, look at equal weighted SPY QQQ. We never broke out. We haven't broke out yet. What I need to see is this breaking out. Look at mega caps. Look at mega caps for the last month and look at QQQE. Look at mega caps, look at QQQE. Look at mega caps, look at QQQE. And now look at this. Are you guys understanding what I'm showing you? Does anybody not understand where I'm going with this? Let me if you write no, I'll go further. If you write no, I don't understand. Right? I understand or I don't understand. I'm going a little deep. And I want to make sure you guys understand. And if you guys watch me every day, you're having an aha moment right now. And if you don't watch me every day, then you're having a what the hell is he talking about right now? So do you guys understand where I'm going with this? Equal weighted QQQ can't get above here. RSP came back into this channel. Meanwhile, QQQ and the 7 stocks are going flying. And meanwhile, we had 475 stocks moving. And today we have 172. No, I don't see it. No. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll explain it to you. So some of you understand it, some of you don't understand it. Okay, I'll explain it so you all understand it. How many stocks are in the mega caps? How many stocks are here in the 7 mega caps? Nvidia, Microsoft, Tesla, right? Right? The mega caps. This is the Magnificent 7. This is 40% of the stock market. The mags are moving higher and making all-time highs. If you strip away their mega cap market weight and put them and make them equal weighted, this is what the same sector looks like. This is just the 7 stocks. This is 100 stocks with them equally weighted. This is just the mega 7. This is equally weighted. What happens if mags give up the ghost? Or what happens if smaller stocks start coming up? The mega caps will go lower and the regular indexes will go down. We finally started getting a little hope on Thursday that the smaller stocks were breaking out. And as soon as they did this, what did they do next? 172. So we're back to where we were before this move on RSP and on QQQE. Meanwhile, mags are still moving. So if you guys don't understand what I'm saying is this. Last Thursday, I told you that smaller stocks, not the mega caps, but the QQQE and the RSP stocks are starting to make their move. This jumped up all the way to 475. I told you that I don't think it's going to be a real move, especially on Friday. And we lost all of it, 172, and QQQE went back into its range and RSP went back into its range. Meanwhile, money started flowing back into mega caps at the expense of 475 stocks. Now, I just gave you a four-way analysis. Do you guys understand it? And I'm not trying to tease anything. What I'm trying to tell you is last week it looked like smaller S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 stocks were going to break out and support this move that looks like the markets can't stop moving. And support this move that's throwing off and making the QQQ look like this. Look, here's what I'm trying to tell you. You think you're trading this. You think you're trading this, but what you're really trading is this again. We almost started trading this, but it couldn't do it. We went back from 475 to 170 So you think you're trading this. You think you're trading this, but what you're really trading is this. You think you're trading this, but what you're really trading is this. So what does that mean for trading today? It doesn't mean anything for trading today. It means trading, period. It means there's no love in, that means all the upside that we got in the broad market last week is now gone. And we're back into the mega caps. And how long can the mega caps continue doing what they're doing right now? Good luck with that. It's not sustainable. You can't, seven stocks will not overpower 493 other stocks. So it's a matter of time till this starts looking like this. Just a matter of time till this starts looking like this. Or if we can get this back above 475, which I don't think we will, then this will start looking like this. The question is the QQQ going to look like QQQ, or is the QQQ going to look like QQQE? Is the SPY going to look like RSP, or is RSP going to look like SPY? On Thursday, it looked like everything was going to look like mega caps and SPY, but after this little fiasco, it looks like everything is going to look more like RSP. So, Roger, why haven't we been able to get a lot of follow through? Because markets haven't been giving you any. Of course they have, Roger. Look at mega caps. Sure, they have. Just look at mega caps. How could you say it? You're lying. They've been giving us a lot of follow through. No, your seven favorite stocks have been giving you follow through. When you strip away their market cap, not take them off, just strip their market cap, you're stuck with this, my friends. So you think you're trading the SPY, but you're really trading the RSP. You think you're trading this, but you're really trading this. And this looks very different than this. And I hope you guys understand that. Okay? All right. It means you're not getting a lot of follow through aside from the mega caps. That's what it means. It means the markets are not trending. The markets are doing this. That means you have a lot less chance of making money on directional stocks. That means we're going to be very careful trading momentum today. Roger, look, you have a clear breakout. Why are you so careful? Because this is being powered by this. This is what you're really trading. Do you guys see a lot of momentum here? That's what you're really trading. That's what you're really trading. You think you're trading this, but you're trading this, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay? All right. All right, let's go through levels. All right. Okay, here's your levels on the SPY. Gotta get out, gotta go to work, or I'll be late. I'll be in trouble. Clyde will turn me in, get me busted. SPY levels, QQQ. Let me give you QQQ levels. That's pretty good. All right. Let me give you the QQQ levels for all of you intraday frisky rascals. QQQ levels. Give you SMH level. SMH hasn't changed, so I just want you guys to understand we haven't broken out. We looked like we were ready to break out of that chop, and now we're back in that chop. So don't expect a lot. And let's see here. LT. Let me give you TLT levels. All right. This should get you guys set up for today pretty good. I'll give you my conclusion when I'm done here. So just chill and wait. This is TLT levels. All right. You guys should be good. I gave you the levels. No, you're not trading equally weighted indexes, but equal weighted indexes show you what something would look without the distortion. You don't want that market cap to drip into your analysis, because think about this. Those 7 stocks are worth, look, folks, this is worth 40%. This is 40% of the stock market. 40% in weight. And it's only 7 out of 497 stocks. So here, this is 100 stocks with equal weight. This is 100 stocks with regular weight. See how they're overpowering it? And here's just them. So here's the mega caps. Look how strong they are. Now, when you combine the mega caps with QQQE, you combine mega caps with QQQE, you get this. See how this is halfway? Look, mega caps are all the way up, QQQ's all the way down, and QQQ is in the middle. You strip away the mags from the QQQ and you end up with this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You take the same thing with the SPY. You strip away the mags from the SPY, from this. And I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just want you guys see how, look at this. You take away this from this and you're left with this. That's the problem. That's the problem. So you're looking at something that looks like this, but you're trading something that actually looks like this. Unless you're trading just the mega caps. If you're trading the mega caps, then what I'm talking about doesn't apply to you. But if you're trading all other stocks, not just the 7 mega caps, and you think you're trading this, I got a bridge to sell you. You're trading this, and this hasn't moved much, which is why momentum levels, my friends, 42 stocks making 50-day high, 36 stocks making 50-day low, 25 stocks making 20-week lows, 20-week stocks, 39 stocks making 20-week highs. You strip away those mega caps, you have a really boring ass market. You have a market that represents this internally. You see that? Look at 1-year highs, 80 stocks and 35. This is every stock between $10 and $5,000. That's every stock we trade. Okay. You have 35 stocks instead of 150 or 200, which would be over 100 easily if the market didn't look like this, but looked like that. And no, what I'm explaining to you right now, nobody else is going to explain to you because they don't have they just don't look at the markets the way I do. I take everything apart every day. Okay, let me give you stocks that we're looking at for today. We're only going to look at daily. We don't care about intraday. By the way, the bond market's looking really good right now. Let's see what the SPY is doing. Yep, looking pretty good. Dow's looking pretty good. SMH is down a little bit, even though chips are up. QQQ is up 0.27. Mags are up 1.38. Thank you, NVIDIA and Tesla. You see where it's getting its market cap from? RSP is up 0.35. See how it's back, how this did not break out? That becomes a high volume bar right here. That's a resistance area now for us. We have two resistance areas here right now. So if this continues getting tighter and breaking out, that's good. But I again, look at internals. Look at this. Folks, if you try to rewatch this video, especially the second part of it, and you will, Debbie, I posted in Telegram channel, and you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Trump advocates dumping quarterly earnings reports. What? What is he, retarded? Why does he even care? Like, what's in it for him? I mean, anyways, I don't understand why he would even get involved in that. Okay. Let me give you stocks that I'm looking at, and then I got to get out of here. I don't think he's ever gonna. That's just totally. That's a private matter. All right. Globe, my bearish stock. Now, how many times have I given you the stock in the last month to the short side? Okay. Lulu, Kex, Target. Notice Lulu, Target. Are you noticing something? Retail sales, economy. 70% of economy is retail sales, folks. Did you know that? You do now. Car, Kava, restaurants. Not good. Lulu, Target, Kava. Are you guys seeing that? This is not good. Footwear. This is Burke. Retail. Not yet. This is not ready yet. It's got to break the 200. Forget I said TT. SAP and PAR. And I gave you PAR on Friday, by the way, and it went really good. Don't say I'm not giving you good stocks. Road, Sophie, Docs. Oops, Docs. What is it? Docs. Is it Docs? No, wrong stock. Forget it. Thought it was Docs. Nope, I guess not. Rocket Lab, TPC, UNH. I don't know about UNH. Forget about UNH. TKO, CVS. Ooh, that looks good. KTOS. Nice. I like this stock a lot. KTOS. MLI, industrial stock. BXP, and Wix. Now, have you guys noticed something? Oh, forget about Wix. It hasn't broken the 200. Have you guys, Docs? I think that's it. I think you're right. Yes, Docs. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. I don't know why I had X, but it's S. I guess I used my the way it sounds. So that was Docs. Docs looks good. Docs looks good. Forget about UNH and forget about Wix. So have you noticed something interesting? Notice that you're not seeing a lot of tech stocks, a lot of large cap techs. Be careful. Technology. See technology? You take away the NVIDIA, the Tesla, and all that, you're going to end up with you're going to end up with this. This is what you're going to end up with. Again, folks, you think you're trading this, but what you're really trading is this. You think you're trading this, but you're really trading this. You think you're trading this, but you're really trading this. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. And internals are confirming that. Look, 35 stock. Do you think you're going to get a lot of momentum with 35 stocks making a 52-week high? No. So Be very, 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 very cautious. Be very cautious. So now let me put everything together for you. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go really deep and I'm trying to not focus on the chat so I could really give you guys like an A plus analysis. Okay. So what I tried to show you today was that the overall market is overextended largely because of the mags. The mags are more overextended than they've been in a very, very, very long time. If you notice what happens every time the mags get overextended. They come back to the 8-day EMA. If the mags come back to the 8-day EMA, this is going to start coming down below the 8-day below this line. I'm very, very nervous that the mags are getting ahead of themselves at the expense of the overall market. Folks, understand something. This is 7 stocks. And even though it's 40% of all the market cap, um, they will not drive the economy. And eventually, as soon as 2 or 3 of them give up the ghost, like Nvidia did today, if Tesla wasn't up, this would be negative. We need to see this come back to the 8-day EMA. We are really overextended with technology right now to the upside. Okay. We're not as overextended with non-tech, but tech is overextended and it's causing the SPY to look like this, instead of looking like this. So be very, very careful. Not bubble, just a little overextended. I'm just looking for a pullback to the 8-day EMA. Now, one of the reasons why we're so overextended is because the bond market pulled one of these on us. Do you see this? Look. Do you see that? This bonds going higher means rates going lower, which is great for these stocks. The problem is the bond market's not just going to continually flying off. And again, the biggest problem is these stocks are not catching up. These stocks are not catching up. You can't have this sustain itself with just the mega caps moving. You need to have over 100 stocks here. You need to have over 100 stocks here, right? You need to have a lot more than 172 stocks making a 20-day high. Because look at where we were on Thursday, 475. And I predicted this with 100% accuracy. So it's Monday. We have big news tomorrow. We have Fed news this week. Be cautious and keep your eye on RSP and QQQ and keep reminding yourself when you see that SPY moving up because of the mega caps, keep reminding yourself the rest of the market is not buying it. The rest of the market is not buying what the mega caps are selling. And this is not my opinion. This is according to to graphs. So I'm not like, this is not a theory according to Roger. I'm just pointing this out to you in case you're not aware of this, okay? We're getting a little bubbly. We're getting a little over bubbly. Mega caps can't just sustain an upside move. It would be very nice if they could, but those 7 stocks are not going to be the stock market. Okay, folks, if you haven't done so yet, please give me a thumbs up right here. One thumbs up, one thumb, just one time. I'm going to head to work. Let me give you a couple of links one more time. And I'm hoping that this was a good session. I hope you guys feel good about this session. I'm trying everything possible to give you guys the best data possible, okay? Please give us a couple of thumbs up. Also, remember, that's the link to the VIP room, okay? I gave the longs and I gave the shorts. And here's the link to Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Cam, Gustavo, happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys in a little bit, and keep an eye on those small cap stocks. Again, if I went a little too fast today, it's just because I wasn't focusing on the chat and I really wanted to give you guys 100%. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Long started with Road. Road was the first long. Here, I'll give them to you again if you want. It's only going to take me a second, okay? But I do got to get out of here. Here are the longs. Road, Docs, Sophie, Rocket Lab. You can always rewatch this video. TPC, CVS, KTOS. I really like this KTOS. MLI. I like this one too. Oh, they split. Good, good, good. BXP and Wix. Not Wix. Forget about Wix. I really like this MLI. This MLI looks really good. Really good. All right. I got to head to work. Hopefully, this was entertaining. Roger at rogerscott.com. I think I was on fire today personally. I think I gave you guys a lot of information. If this was helpful, give us a couple of thumbs up. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you, Solitaire. No, those were longs. The shorts were Lulu, Globe, Kex, Target, Car, Kava, Burke, TT, SOP, and Par. Here, guys, here's a link to this video. It's all there. It's all there. You can rewatch it 100 times if you want. We have over 1,500 people watching it daily. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you later. Kane and I, Friday, I did levels, and we saw if Kane was able to match up with them. Today, we're going to see how I pick options compared to Kane program. Wouldn't that be cool? So you guys will give Raleigh stocks. Please give them good stocks. I'll analyze the stocks, and then I'll give you options, and Kane will give you options. Isn't that cool? And we'll compare. We'll see how we do together. I'm very excited about this today. Now, folks, it's Monday. You know, Monday, me in the VIP room I'm very delicate in the VIP room on Mondays. I tend to do things in the second half of the day. I treat Mondays like Fridays mostly because that's how they look. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you have a question, if you have feedback, if there's something I'm not doing for you, send me an email, roger@rogerscott.com. And remember, this Friday we have to change our quarterly VWAP. Thank you, everybody, for sending me all those emails, reminding me. I appreciate all of you. Bye. It's going to be a